experience in this motherfucker. All right. We got Terry. Now, we start Terry's story off with Terry going to a funeral. Now, we know about Detective Bryant because we went over his story. Detective Bryant is right next door and he's mourning young Kevin. But this ain't their story, so we don't give a fuck about Kevin. We don't give a fuck about bum ass Gloria. We don't give a fuck about goddamn no job ass Bryant. We don't give a fuck about suspended ass Jen. We over on Terry shit. So when motherfucking Bryant come over, Bryant talking about, hey man, my son wouldn't do, man. Shut your weak ass up, nigga. We've been dealing with you for 2.5 seasons, nigga. You lucky you ain't in a body bag. But Terry playing it cool. He's like, hey, show your respect to Diesel. You know what I'm saying? We paying our respects, pay your respect. So we got to give Terry some credit for standing on business at this point. Now, does he stand on business all the way? No. He's pussyfooting because we end up seeing him get pushed 6 feet down. But before we get there, Terry is like, hey, Bryant, you got to chill, bro. You got to show some respect in here. And that's one thing Brian ain't never done is show respect to anybody. Now they at Diesel's funeral, and remember, Meech is paying for this. So Brian shows up. He's like, man, my son is in the grave because of you. No, your son Kevin is in the grave because of you. Now, remember, when we was on Brian's side, we were trying to put the blame off on everybody else. But no, the reason Kevin is in the grave is because Brian was doing janky ass deals with B Mickey. B Mickey was the one that broke in the house. B Mickey was the one that put Kevin in the closet. B Mickey was the one that you was fucking with his mom and took his mom out of the goddamn, not the nursing home, but out the hospital where she had benefits. So when you really look at the big picture, yeah, Kevin made that decision to pick up that gun. He is a murderer. Don't forget that, y'all. But Detective Bryant was in all of this nonsense because of his fiance, but he also had a decision to make. Like, hey, either you go broke and just follow shit by the rules, or you can get into the dope game. Now, remember, I think it was episode 2, or maybe in episode 3. Correct me if I'm wrong. Whenever Bryant went to talk to Blaze and got put on by goddamn Henry, Terry said, listen, I will put money up to protect Kevin and get you a lawyer for Kevin. But what did Brian say? He had his pride and was like, no, I'm good on all of that. I want you and Meech in jail. If he would have just took the advice from Terry, but remember, Terry is always the level-headed one. We initially thought it was Meech, and Meech comes up with the plans, but we know Meech told goddamn Terry, we're gonna go into Techwood, and we seen Techwood went all bad because we heard Terry say, hey, in my history class, nigga, they got home field advantage. We can't do nothing with that. So Meech is the big brother, and don't get me wrong, he is the brains behind the operation, but Terry also has some information. And this is what they say. If you got you a good leader, especially like specifically in the military, a good leader listens to what his followers, his subordinates are saying, because they're going to be the ones doing all the day-to-day activities. Hey, sir, you got to do this, or ma'am, you got to do this because this is what we're seeing. Now, when you're starting to do stuff, you're trying to make plans and move strategically, you can't really do that unless you have input. When you think that you're the top dog and you can just make these calls, you don't really understand what's going on. Hey, sir, we can't do that. The red dogs out here, sir, we can't do that. Detective Brian and Jen, they're watching us. Like, you got to be able to get that information from the subordinates, the people up under you. So Brian comes over and he pushes Terry into the grave. Now, I know we were all talking that shit, but let's be real. If they would have got to bucking out here, this would have been ugly for everybody. Think about it. Yeah, it sounds good. Like if Mo was writing the story, then oh yeah, we getting the bucking. You think Jen got shot before? Jen would have been shot up. It would have been another Ambrose out here. Bryant, 2 or 3 shots, maybe one to the lung. He might not survive if I was writing it. But we had to do it this way because we know that Detective Bryant is going to survive. Now, that's my only gripe, knowing that Bryant is going to be the one to arrest T later on. But it still works because we're seeing what Bryant is going through, and we already know that he's getting fired. Yeah, we already know he's getting fired. Okay, we went over Bryant. So Terry really couldn't retaliate at this point because if he retaliated, then it's gonna be all bad because people are gonna be telling, and Jen is here. The next time we see Terry, he's at the house. Now he's at the house with Wanda. And y'all know how I feel about Wanda. Hey, before the end of the season, we gonna go to Wanda's page, and I'm gonna need everybody to go to Wanda's Instagram, and we gonna all tag Wanda. We're gonna try to get Wanda to do an interview on the channel. I would like to interview Wanda. I think Wanda is beautiful. Now, I hope Wanda ain't with Terry in real life because I'm gonna try to shoot my shot and see if we can at least just like I'll bring her over to Europe. We go get us something to eat, something to drink, just hang out, see how it is. But first, we're gonna start off with like an interview. So we're gonna try to get on Wanda's Instagram. We're gonna need everybody to like spam, like, hey, interview with Mo, interview with Mo. Wanda, we love you over here. I don't want to be dirty macking, but this is Terry's story, but you deserve better, girl. I won't be those kids' father, but I'll be the stepfather that stepped up. You know what I mean? I won't be the stepfather. I'll be the father that stepped up. So if you need a father to those 2 kids, let me know. While Terry is out running around with Markeisha, don't even worry about it. You got a nigga with me, and I ain't leaving nowhere. Nowhere. For real, for real. I've been working my whole life to make sure that I can provide. Mm, you deserve better, Wanda. You don't need a nigga that's out creeping on you. When you were delivering that baby, I would have been there holding your hand. It wouldn't have been Lucille. I would have delivered that baby. I would have got my spatula out. I would have delivered that baby. It wouldn't have been Dr. Maurice. It would have been Dr. Mo. Everybody know I'm a doctor, so I'm fully capable. So Wanda, I just want you to know, like, we here for you. I understand that you still fuck with Terry, but when you ready, let me know. Wins and losses, Wanda. Wins and losses. You win with me, you lose with Terry. I'm just saying. My number active. I'll pay whatever the international call is. I'll pay it. Don't worry about it. All right. All right. So Terry's talking to Meech and he's like, hey, bro, what's going on, man? What's going on? He's like, man, like I'm at the crib, but I'm trying to make shit happen. I know it's getting ugly out here. We got us a little war on our hand, but let me call you back because Wanda shows up. Now Wanda's here with the baby. And Wanda's really on some, hey Terry, come on, man. What you trying to do? I got contractions going. This nigga Mo is hitting me up. This nigga Mo is waiting for me to leave you. What's going on? Terry's like, man, look, I'm trying to work and do what I gotta do. Now remember, I'm part of BMF. I'm part of BMF Atlanta. I'm not the BMF Detroit. I'm on Meech's side right now. Because right now I'm in between trying to holler at Angel and trying to holler at, you know what I'm saying, Wanda. But I respect Terry, so I ain't really trying to holler at Wanda. It's just the way it's gonna happen. But you know, that's neither here or there. You know, it got me feeling like Ray Charles. Nigga, I'm trying to goddamn get my way about this motherfucker. But y'all know what's going on. So he hangs up, and Wanda's like, listen, we got our family, and Terry wants to make sure that he's doing like we still forget that Terry is only what 17. How old do y'all think Terry is? 17, 18? He's not older than like 18 years old. Terry is still a kid. He's still basically high school equivalent. Yeah, see, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking Terry's only like 18, 19 at this point. Well, I won't say he's 19. I think he's still because remember last year he was still in school. When they were doing the limo, when they were doing the limo, he was still in school. So Terry's only like 17, maybe 18 at the oldest. Hey, shout out to my dog. Terry should be 18. See, that's what I'm saying. Terry is still a kid. Like at this point, think about it. I know we watching the show and it so let me make this clear. And this is a confirmation. This is a confirmation right here. Y'all hearing it from me. BMF right now is not a specific year. There's not a specific year that they're covering. This is facts. I got this from the uppers. I can't reveal my sources, but I got this from the uppers. There's not a specific year that they're talking about. What's going on right now is covering all of the 90s. So all the stories that they got from Meech, Terry, and other members of BMF, they're putting it together and making a story. So there's not a specific date that they're covering. It's not like 1990, 89, 90, 91, 92. Right now, they're covering everything. The story of BMF that we're watching, and this is 100% facts. The story that we're watching is just showing how did Meech and Terry survive in the 90s to go on this 22-year run. So when we giving out these ages, there's no specific age of how old people are at this point because this isn't telling us that this 91. Maybe some of this shit happened in like 89, some of it happened in 90, some of it happened in 91. But everything that's going on right now is just encompassing what was going on in like the early 90s. But you as far as like what they're showing us, Terry is still in his like senior year. So he's like 17, 18 at this point. But there's no, like I said, there's no specific date. They're just tying it all in. What BMF is showing us is not those years, it's showing what they did to get through these years to survive for 22 years. No, Kevin Kev, that's the casting. Yeah. Yeah, you look at Meech and Terry and you're gonna think that they're older, but that's the casting. They're using them as the younger age so we can get like a 10-year span. But then we have the older Meech and we have the older Terry. Like what I'm telling you guys is legit. Like, come on. I'm not gonna bullshit you. It's legit. What's going on right now is just encompassing all of the early 90s and showing how they got through it. So we don't really have like actual dates unless they show us an actual date. But you even seen I showed y'all with the with the Jack the Rapper. Tupac was there in 93. But we know Meech went down to Atlanta in like the early 90s. So they may have ran into each other, but they're just mixing everything together to show what was going on during that time. So we do have like actual footage, actual photos of Pac being at Jack the Rapper in 93. Meech was already down in Atlanta moving work in 93. Now, he didn't get to where he was until like the late 90s, but at that time he was still moving some work. So you got to remember that when we talking about this. Oh no, Ant Dog. So I got the first 8 minutes of the Red Dog. So the Red Dog documentary is going to be about 15 minutes long. I got 8 minutes of it like put together, like as far as like footage. So I got that together. But we haven't really seen the Red Dog. And I told you I wasn't going to drop that until we see the actual Red Dog come into play. Now we've seen them arrest Duffy, but I think probably like next week we'll start to see that a little bit more. But I want to drop that closer towards once we actually see the Red Dog. But I got about 8 minutes worth of footage from like the Red Dog shit. So that'll be on the way. I got you. Hey, I'm telling y'all, man, trust me. Let me get my energy back from coming from London and shit. I'm trying to work, y'all. I'm really trying to expand the channel. And I'm trying. I'm reaching out to people. I'm trying to get y'all information. I'm trying to get y'all interviews and shit. Give me a second, y'all. It's just me. I don't have no one editing. Tomorrow when I get up, and that's why I'm trying not to drink too much, because on Saturday I got to get up. I got to edit. I'm gonna edit probably about 25 shorts to drop during the week. I got to cut up at least 7 goddamn rants, and I'm gonna try to do like 4 or 5 videos to upload during the week to get my daily uploads. You got to remember, it's just me. I don't have a team behind me. It's just me. Fridays, I get on here, I get lit with y'all. This is my 6-month anniversary. I'm doing all this shit on my own, y'all. I'm reaching out to motherfuckers. Y'all see me, I'm on the line. I'm calling goddamn fucking record labels. I'm calling whoever I need to. I'm trying to entertain you guys. You got to bear with me. It's just me. Because I mean, I got the funds, but I'm a cheap nigga, and I'd rather try to do it on my own before I try to, outsource. So just give me a second, y'all. Give me a second, man. I'm doing what I gotta do, man. But 100% from STARZ, there's no specific year that they're covering. Everything that's going on in BMF is just what was going on in the 90s. Now, it might be like 91 and then 93, and they just conjoin it. But everything is going on showing you guys why, well, not why, but how BMF survived for 22 years. So just bear with me. I'm working, y'all. I'm doing what I can to be on my own, bro. All right, all right, all right. Damn, we almost at 3:40. All right, so Terry's at the house with Wanda, and Wanda. Hey, shout out to Demarcus for thank you for that $5, man. Happy 6 months in Germany. So y'all know I'm gonna start my new job, and then I'm already like I'll probably get an interview for the airport, and that'll be another job. So the job I'm about to start, I'll be able to do like midday lives and then my regular night lives. So we'll be able to get more. But if when I get, I'm gonna say when I get the job at the airport, I'll be making more, but I'll be back to just having one live a day. But I've been applying for some shit in the UK. Now, if I go over there, I'm gonna make it probably about like 30,000 more than what I'm making now. So I can't be as ignorant on these lives, but I'll be 5 hours ahead. So I'll definitely be able to do like 3-hour lives instead of 2-hour lives. But that's just me thinking in my head. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Hey, shut the fuck up, Mo. All right. So after this, Terry goes and talks to Henri. Now, the good thing about once we get here, we didn't already went over the Henri story. Nah, I can't. So I'm not gonna be at like the actual airport. The airport I'm gonna be at is when military members come over that are gonna be stationed in Germany. I'll be the one that like they come off, they give me their orders. I go over, I tell them, hey, this is what you gotta do, blah 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 blah. Let me see this. You need to process through here. So I'm not gonna be like at the regular airport. I'm gonna be at the airport on the base, but it's gonna be like when people come to be stationed over here. I can't let man, I can't let shit slide. I work at the post office now. I don't let shit slide at the post office. Like I respect my job. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I'm a nigga, but when it comes to work, I like, hey man, I'll cut you some slack, but nigga, it's some illegal shit. I can't fuck with that, nigga. No, 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 no. Like, nah. I can't risk my shit for you to nah, hell no. That's one thing I ain't gonna do. All right. Well, he shows up and we already know what's been going on. That's why I like putting Terry and Meech at the end of the show because we didn't already went over much. So now all we got to do is talk about them specifically. We already talked about Terry and we was trying to get the goddamn STARZ app on the line, like, hey, who put these shoes on Terry? But he goes and talks to Henri. Henri already doesn't trust Terry because of the shoes. The shoes, no one can trust the shoes but that. But Terry's like, hey, listen, I want to talk to you. I want to make sure that you and I are on the same page. My name is Mo. Y'all Moets. We on the same page. When the Moets come in here, I got it on subscribe only. So unless you subscribe, you can't comment in here. You know what I mean? Because we don't want nobody in here that ain't really, what I'm saying, fucking with the chat. You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna troll, then subscribe and troll, and then we can troll you back. But if you're not gonna subscribe, then just sit and watch. But I fuck with all the Moets. You know what I'm saying? We call it Moes, but I just say Moets because it's easier and that's what we used to hearing in the States. But it's Moet. I mean, you know what I'm saying? But there's nothing wrong with it. Terry shows up and he's like, hey, Henri, let me talk to you real quick. Listen, all this bullshit that you doing, if you chill, work with us, we got the purest cocaine, we'll be able to make some shit happen. But Henri has an ego. We didn't already went over Henri's ego. Henri told him, no, nigga, you want to be the king? I want to be the dragon. Ooh, that dress so scandalous. And I know another nigga can handle this. We shaking that thing like who's the ish? With the look in the eye so devilish. She like to dance at the hip hop spots. She cruised and connect the dots. Not just urban, she liked the pop, but she was living the vida loca. She had dumps like a truck. Guys like what? Baby, move your butt. I think Mo say it again. That's what Henri want to do. But Terry's like, nigga, I'm not here for that shit. I'm not trying to see nobody move their butt. What I'm trying to tell you is, nigga, I got the purest cocaine this side the Mississippi. If you trying to get down with BMF, then get down with BMF. But we don't need these bodies dropping because bodies in the street they don't equal money. But Henri is stubborn. Henri knows that her father has a fallback plan. Really, what she doesn't understand is that her father is trying to make sure that she doesn't fuck up the empire. So Terry hears from her and he's like, man, I'm gonna fall back. Now, the only reason Terry knows about Blaze is because after he leaves here, he goes and talks to Markeisha. Now, when he goes to talk to Markeisha, at first he's daydreaming, and I'm thinking, here we go again, man. Every time we look at Terry, Markeisha has this whole house to herself, y'all. Did we forget that? Hey, put a 2 in the chat if you forgot that Markeisha has the whole house to herself. Put a 5 in the chat if you like Mo and you like this. No disrespect, Markeisha. This bitch been playing Terry. Put a 2 in the chat if you forgot that Markeisha just been living her best life in a whole mansion. Or put a 5 if you remember, like Mo, that she's been playing this nigga Terry when we just found out that Terry was like 17 to 18 years old. A 2 if you forgot. A 5 if you remember that she's been playing this nigga Terry. My nigga Kevin Kev, 5. He ain't forget. Kendall ain't forget. Shout out to my girl TT NVA 777. Oh, that sounds like money. TT NVA 777. Ching ching. Let me see something. Do I got something for that? TT and 777. Let me see. TT in 777 VA. I got body, 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 key. I got body, 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 key. I got body, body, body. With their body key, DJ Screw by the gallon, bitch, the game belonged to me. Where the kids at? Remember, the kids is at her grandmama's house. Remember when she first moved in? Oh, Terry, my kids are at my grandma's house. Oh, how can I survive? Marquisha ain't got a goddamn responsibility in the world. Well, he wakes up and he had a nightmare that Marquisha was getting shot in her back. I'm like, nigga, you tripping, bro. I'm trying to think, have I ever had a dream about I ain't gonna say what I was gonna say. Have I ever had a dream about like a chick I was messing with, like getting shot? And I used to be into some shit. Even when I was messing with like the ops chicks, I never had like a nightmare. Well, I never spent the night at their crib. Like that was one thing I never did was really I never really, unless it was like my main chick, which I told y'all where I went outside, and it was like 8 of them niggas, 10 of them niggas over there. I like, God damn, I'm gonna have to try to shoot one of these niggas. But other than that, I never really spent the night. I would always get up and dip before the night was over with, like in the morning, so cause I didn't want nobody to see me over there. But I never had no nightmares like this where Marquisha getting shot in the back. But I guess Terry and Meech, they was in some different shit. They wasn't in like the little regular shit like what I was copying, like little ounces and shit. These niggas is moving like 500-600 bricks. So okay, I could see that. I definitely wasn't living the way that they were living. All right. Well, Marquisha knows everybody, and Marquisha says, "Hey, listen, Henri, she in the streets, but I know who her daddy is. Her daddy is Blaze. Maybe if you go behind her and go talk to Blaze, you could get in there." So he's like, "Damn, okay, I didn't know you knew all of that," because she knows all of this through Boom. Now remember, Boom, he's locked up, and Boom put that hit out on him with Saint. So from there, Terry goes and talks to Blaze because now he has a connection. And that's what we do over here. We try to make the connections fit. Now, Blaze has a lot of artwork. He's like, "Hey, you noticing this?" And Terry's like, "I'm not here for that. What I want to do is talk to you about your daughter, Henri." And the reason he wants to talk to Henri, well, talk about Henri, is because he's like, "Listen, I know you the big wig. Marquisha told me that you actually the one running shit. So is there a possibility that you can get your daughter on board?" And he's like, "Man, it's tough for family members. It's tough for family members. So you can't really like look at what I got going on and say, Henri, come rock with us. Henri, listen to what I got to say." So Terry's like, "All right, well, fuck. If you're not gonna be able to help me out, listen, I got the most purest work that you could ever find within the city." Now, Blaze, do you guys, when Blaze is hearing that, do you guys believe that Blaze is like, "Okay, I'm on board with what you're saying. I just got to try to convince my daughter," because he did have that event with Henri where we already exposed that he was telling her to go ahead and cooperate. So what, when Blaze heard this, was it automatic? Okay, we partner with you, because at this point, if they partner with him, with Terry, and Henri starts to take over, Blaze will still be getting his money. He was receive all the benefits, but it's removing him from being like that kingpin. Do you think that's why Blaze was like he wants to do it? Because it removes him from the kingpin and it really will put like all the emphasis on Terry. Hey, DeMarcus said Blaze is concierge. Hey, yo, chill, man. Blaze ain't. Hey, Blaze is the real deal, nigga. Man, you making it seem like Blaze about to be delivering you drinks or something. Man, Blaze, look, Blaze got the artwork. He got all the artwork for Aunt Viv. Aunt Viv then came to Blaze's crib and, you know what I'm saying, bless your boy. That's low key disrespectful, man. That's low key disrespectful, DeMarcus. DeMarcus is my boy, y'all. Now, if y'all don't know who DeMarcus Vine is, DeMarcus Vine is a certified nigga that works for goddamn either STARZ or for 50 Cent. DeMarcus Vine, that's my boy, but that nigga works for somebody. There's no way this nigga DeMarcus Vine knows everybody's first, middle initial, and last name, they social security, what high school they went to, their mother's maiden name. DeMarcus Vine is like, I pat myself on the back for knowing some shit. I mean, I'm horrible with names. Like I could recognize faces. You give me a face, pause. I can tell you a whole fucking story. You give me a name, I can't remember nothing unless you give me like a situation that they were in, and then I can like from there I can give you the whole life story. But DeMarcus Vine, man, that's my dog right there. The most trusted person I can go to when it comes to like any characters. Fuck it. All right, so that's Terry. After Terry with Blaze. All right, so we're gonna knock this out so we can get through with Meech. So Terry meets up with after this, Terry meets up with what the goddamn, I was about to call her Lala, Markeisha. Now Terry meets up with Markeisha and they riding out. Now, ain't nothing wrong with like, hey man, I'm asking a lot of questions tonight, man. Put a 5 in the chat if you didn't roll with your bay. It ain't your bay, it's someone else's bay, but you didn't roll with your bay. You know what I mean? It ain't your bay, but you didn't roll with your bay. You know what I mean? Put a 5 in the chat. You know what I'm saying? We ain't calling nobody out. We all adults here. You know what I'm saying? Don't nobody know nobody in this motherfucker. But put a 5 in the chat if you didn't roll with your bay, which is somebody else's bay. You know what I mean? Because sometimes that's the best thing to do. You know what I'm saying? It ain't my bay. Like right now, like right now, when my bae come back in town, when my bae come back in town, you know what I'm saying? She might be somebody else's bae, but when she come back in town, she can be my bae. She can be right upstairs. Y'all not gonna see her in here, but she can be upstairs. You know what I'm saying? She can be upstairs. Gonna be my little bae. You know what I mean? Like it's my bae, but it's somebody else's bae at the same time. But you know what I'm saying? They just ain't making it work at the moment. That's what's going on with Markeisha because Markeisha is Boom's babe, but Boom is in jail, and I don't think Boom is getting no boom boom. I think Boom is getting some boom blap. You know what? Boom is getting some boom Kevin, if you know what I mean. Oh no, definitely can. But I'm asking y'all, do y'all know about the Bay? Like, you ride with Bay, like what? This whole time we've been assessing the situation. Hey, shout out to Kevy Kev. Shout out to Kevy Kev. Markeisha ain't no Bay, she a jump off. This whole time we've been addressing this situation differently. Markeisha is like 24, 25 years old in this show. We know that Terry is still getting out of high school. Now, she's not no jump off. She's manipulating this minor. If this was the other way around, we all call Detective what's his name? Detective Howard a pedophile, a Pinocchio. Everyone gives Detective Howard a bad name because Detective Howard did what? Oh, he messed with Rock up underage. Markeisha, we just letting Markeisha get a full pass. Like this nigga Terry wasn't in high school when he was getting the limo service. We letting Markeisha just tiptoe in there, Jordans. Now I know in Detroit, Michigan, we found out that the legal age is 17, but still. Now on the show, Markeisha's supposed to be like 24, 25. Now we know in real life, Markeisha 44. We know in real life, Markeisha like 45. I think Markeisha probably about 8 years older than me. She might be 46. I definitely know she was older than Carmelo when they got together, but I ain't no hater though. Um, Markeisha, Lala, whatever you go by. Um, I mean, if you single, like I ain't got nothing going on next weekend or the weekend after or the month after or the year after, but if you want to hit your boy up, what I'm saying, we can go out. Like I can, I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't about to be front. Like I ain't about to spend no 10, 15 bands, 20, 30, 40, 50 bands, no shit like that. But what I'm saying, if you just want a regular nigga that you just talk to, you can conversate about the TV shows and shit. Your boy is here. I don't work for nobody, so it ain't like no deadline where we like, saying we could do nightcap, none of that shit. But anyway. Anyway, all right. So they dipping out. Now she wants to go out and plan a meal. But he's like, no, I can't do nothing because Wanda's about to have the baby. Lala is 41 in real life. Okay, so she's only what, 3 years, 4 years older than me? Nah, Kendall, we good. We don't need no Wawa tonight. We're gonna finish this thing off. I'm not gonna drink no more tonight. Well, when they go to the diner, like it was low key disrespectful though. What did y'all feel? What did y'all like? Be real. What did y'all feel? Terry is 17, 18 years old. He's bringing you to his diner. She's talking about, I thought we was going to go like somewhere cleaner. This is what this young man is doing. Like you're fucking with a 17-year-old. He isn't even fully developed yet. What did y'all think about her taking this little jab and then unplugging the nigga's phone, disconnecting the nigga's phone? Like, hey, we got to start going in on Markeisha. It can't just be me, y'all. It can't just be. She turned off this nigga's phone. Hey, hey, Aunt, you my nigga. Don't be putting that out there, man. Don't say nothing. Not on no Diddy shit. Just hey, don't say. Remove that comment. Like, this nigga got you a mansion. The nigga cannot go. You're fucking with a 17, 18-year-old with a baby mama that's pregnant. The nigga cannot just dip and go on a vacation, Markeisha. You're living in a fucking mansion, rent free. What the fuck else do you want from Terry? What else does she want from Terry? What can Terry fucking do at this point? You got a house. You living rent free. Boom is in jail. You know Henry's dad. You was fucking with the goddamn judge. You know all the niggas in the city. What else do you want from this nigga, Terry? What do you want from me? What Marquisha want from a nigga? Really want? What Marquisha want from a nigga? Bling bling in all that jewelry, girl. I bought it. Hey yo, what these bitches want from a? Tell me what these bitches want. Damn, man. I was 19 with a 31-year-old, but she wasn't even asking for this much from a nigga. I know people say, oh, Bo, she was taking advantage of you, nigga. I was a goddamn adult at 19, nigga. I was in that motherfucker called crazy. But that's neither here or there. Well, after this, Terry gets that call, and we see that Wanda's having the baby. And she ain't fucking with Terry, man. She kicks Terry out. And that's pretty much Terry's story, man. Like, so what do y'all think about Terry? Is Terry